How did love got cold? I don't know. I'm my friends, turn a fold. I don't know. 40 in, it's how it go, What you six? Yeah, better know it. Times change, people change, they gon' love you, then they hate you, yeah, it's strange. Yeah, that's right, sell you out for some change. Yeah, they go crazy for that money, they the range. Hey, Lord forgive them, cause they know now what they do. Messing with a prince, they ain't even got a clue. They don't blind them with the light when they see me coming through. And a hater couldn't trust me, tell them this ain't nothing new. Watch your back, better watch. Watch your back, better watch. Keep the circle tight, dog, never slack, never loose. Do your friends, do you know? Got your back. I know the ones around me, yeah, I'm keeping track. How did love got cold? I don't know. I'm my friends, turn a fold. I don't know. 40 in, it's how it go, What you six? Yeah, better know it. How did love got cold? I don't know. I'm my friends, turn a fold. I don't know. 40 in, it's how it go, What you six? Yeah, better know. Yeah, never take a word. Show me how you getting down. Yeah, is you with it when a man up and when he down? You around for the occasion?
Next question. It says, is this year 601 took place after Noah found dry land? What year was Adam in / or how is it being counted? Genesis chapter 8 and 13. Go to Genesis chapter 8 and let's read verse 13. Let's see what is it talking about. By the way, brothers, who knows what the word Genesis means? Moses.
Shalom. It means the beginning.
The beginning. So this is where we finding out all the different accounts. The beginning of the nations, the sons of Adam, the beginning of sins, everything. The beginning of how we fell as a nation. So now let's go into and read Genesis chapter 8 and verse 13.
The book of Genesis chapter 8 and verse 13. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the first month, the first day of the month, the waters were dried up from off the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked and beheld. The face of the ground was dry.
So he, just because it wrote in the scripture, it gave you an exact date in the 601st year. That doesn't mean that's what that's talking about. Let's go back. Let's read Genesis chapter 5 and let's read verse 5. I mean, it's Genesis chapter 5 and let's read verse 1. We're gonna do a little bit of power reading today so we get the understanding of what Genesis chapter 8 is talking about. Read.
The book of Genesis chapter 5 verse 1. This is the book of the generations of Adam.
So for everybody out there, yes, Adam had generations. With Adam was not the only person that was populating the earth. There was more people. Generation goes to genealogy. It goes into it. That means in order for you to have a genealogy, right, you have to have a family tree, and as well other people is going to be a part of your generation. Read.
This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day that God created man, in the likeness of God made he him.
Made he Adam, the main Adam. Read.
Male and female created he them.
And this proves it. This proves that there was other nations besides, other people besides Adam. Male and female created he them, the other people. But the Bible specifically focuses on Adam, Alpha Adam. We're just gonna call him Alpha Adam, right? Let's jump down. Let's read verse. Let's just read down. Let's just read verse 3. Let's just read down. Power read.
Yes, sir. And Adam lived in 130 years and begot a son in his own likeness after his image, and called his name Seth. And the days of Adam after he had begotten Seth were 800 years.
How long was that?
800 years.
So now I just read one person that outlived pretty much everything. So now who knows how many people got inside of the ark? How many people got inside the ark with Noah? What's your name again, brother? Boaz. Boaz? Okay.
Shalom leadership.
Shalom.
8.
8 people, right?
That's
so
right.
now out of those 8, was Seth a part of the 8?
No,
So he wasn't, right? But Seth lived 800 years, right?
that's correct.
So with the 800 years, that's a timeline right there. Would you say yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So let's go back to Genesis chapter 8 and let's read verse 13.
The book of Genesis, chapter 8 and verse 13. And it came to pass in the 601st year.
So wait, hold on. This doesn't make sense because we see in the genealogy of Adam that Seth lived 800 years. So how could that make sense if that's the timeline that we're going by? That's not the actual timeline. The timeline that is going by is, let's read Genesis chapter 7 and let's read verse 10. We're gonna jump all over the place.
The book of Genesis, chapter 7 and verse 10. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth.
So this is talking about the 8 people that got inside Noah's ark, and then God started executing the judgment on all the other nations that was there with Adam. Read.
In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month.
So this is where the 600 comes in at. The 600 year of Noah's life, which is a major event. That major event was the flood. Read.
In the 2nd month, the 7th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were open, and the rain was upon the earth.
So write this precept down. The windows of heaven is talking about rain. The windows of heaven is talking about rain. Read.
And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights.
So now we're going to see something. Jump down to verse 22.
The book of Genesis, chapter 7, verse 22. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life of all that was in the day and was in the dry land died.
Read.
And every living substance was destroyed, which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and the creeping things, and the fowls of the heaven. And they were destroyed from the earth, and Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed upon the earth in 150 days.
So we see the waters that was on the earth. It stayed for 150 days. Now, brothers, quick question, and this goes into finding out if you actually do study. Under the lunar calendar, how long is a month? Okay, brother, forgot your Hebrew name. Do well.
Lunar calendar is 30 days.
30 days? It's roughly 29.5, but we could round up to 30 days, right? So now, let's just jump down, right? So remember, we read in Genesis chapter 7 and verse 11, it was the 2nd month, right? And we know that it's 30 days within a month. So now let's jump down to verse 3. Genesis chapter 8 and verse 3.
The book of Genesis, chapter 8, verse 3. And the waters returned from off the earth continually. And after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated. And the ark rested in the 7th month of the 17th day of the month.
On the what?
Of the month.
Of the 7th month. So let's just do basic calculation. 7 minus 2 is what? Is what? It's 5. 7 minus 2 is 5. So 5 months went past. 5 months went past, and all the months were counted by 30 days. So 5 months went past. So now let's just keep reading, right? Read verse 5.
Verse 5. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen.
Read.
And it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made, and he sent forth a raven which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up from off the earth.
Jump down to verse 10, and then we're going to keep reading down, and that's it. Come on.
The book of Genesis, chapter 8, verse 10. And he stayed yet another 7 days, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. And the dove came in to him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. So Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth.
Read.
And he stayed yet other 7 days.
Remember, this is what we just read in verse 5 was the 7th month. So what is literally going into is how long did it take for Noah to leave the ark? Read.
And he stayed yet other 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more.
Read.
And it came to pass in the 601st year.
So now, brothers, from what all we just went into, what are we getting in this picture? What do you think we're getting? Give him the mic.
We're getting the timeline, sir.
Timeline, yes, but what timeline are we getting? Okay, brother, do well. And we'll go to you, La Wahabia.
Timeline is basically water started flooding the earth to.
There you go. There you go. This is the timeline that we're getting. And it's just like in the 600 years of basically Noah's life. That the answer is in read Genesis chapter 7 and verse 11 again. That's the answer right there. Read.
The book of Genesis chapter 7 and verse 11. In the 600th year of Noah's life.
Of what?
Of Noah's life.
Of what?
Of Noah's life.
So the timeline, what they was doing, they just jumped off the timeline from the from Genesis chapter 6 on down, but they really focused and pinpointed on who?
Noah's life.
They focused on Noah's life. That's the timeline that it's focusing on. When you read Genesis chapter 8 and read verse 13 again, it's literally giving you the what it's literally giving you is how we basically calculated our months. It went from every 30 days. I didn't want to complicate it too much because math is just not our strongest suit or my strongest suit. But that's the answer to the question. The timeline is focusing on Noah's life. That's what it's focusing on.
We used to scream Black Power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.